In a cozy green forest lived a cheerful yellow bunny named Barnaby. He loved hopping around under the big, tall trees. His best friend was a little bluebird named Pip. Pip loved to sing sweet songs from the highest branch of the oak tree. Every day, they would play hide-and-seek among the flowers and race to the babbling brook. They were the best of friends. Barnaby lived in a comfy burrow under the oak tree, and Pip had a snug nest right above. Their home was happy. One sunny afternoon, Pip flew high above the trees. He saw something amazing in the distance, a town with sparkling buildings. Pip rushed down to tell Barnaby, "I saw a town! It's full of tall houses and bright, shiny things," he chirped excitedly. Barnaby's ears perked up. He had never been out of the forest. "A town?" he whispered. "Pip, let's go on an adventure." The next morning, they packed a small bag with juicy berries and sweet acorns. They were ready for their big trip. They waved goodbye to their cozy oak tree and the quiet forest, promising to be back by sunset. Their adventure had begun. Barnaby hopped, and Pip flew low beside him. They crossed a sunny meadow filled with buzzing bees and dancing butterflies. They came to a little stream. "I'll fly you across," chirped Pip. Barnaby held onto a twig, and Pip flew him over. Finally, they climbed a big hill, and there it was. The town was even bigger and brighter than they had imagined. Taking a deep breath, they walked into the town. The sounds were so different. Cars beeped, and people chattered happily. Barnaby looked up at the tall buildings. "They're like giant trees made of stone and glass," he exclaimed in amazement. They watched shiny cars zoom by. "What are those colorful beetles?" Barnaby asked. "I think they're called cars," Pip replied. A wonderful smell filled the air. It was coming from a building with a picture of bread on it, a bakery. They peeked through the window and saw yummy cakes, cookies, and breads. Their tummies rumbled just a little bit. Next, they found a store filled with toys of all shapes and sizes. It was a rainbow of fun and games. A red ball rolled out of the store. Barnaby gently pushed it with his nose, and it bounced back. So much fun! Then they discovered a beautiful park in the middle of the town. It had green grass and a fun-looking playground. Pip found a swing and soared back and forth. "Barnaby, it's like flying, but you don't even need to flap." Barnaby bravely climbed the ladder and slid down the big yellow slide. "Whee!" he shouted, landing on the soft sand. A little girl with a kind smile saw them. "Hello, little bunny and birdie. Do you want to play with me?" Her name was Lily. They all played tag around the big oak tree in the park until they were all giggling. Lily shared her apple slices with them. Barnaby nibbled happily, and Pip pecked at a tiny sweet piece. So delicious! As the sun began to set, the sky turned orange and pink. It was time for Barnaby and Pip to go home. "Goodbye, Lily. Thank you for the fun day," they said. They promised to come back and visit their new friend again. They traveled back through the meadow as the stars began to twinkle. The town's lights glowed softly behind them. Soon, they saw their familiar oak tree. They were tired, but so happy. There's truly no place like home. Barnaby snuggled into his cozy burrow, and Pip nestled into his nest, both dreaming of their amazing adventure in the town. The town was exciting with its tall buildings and yummy smells. But their best discovery of all was making a new friend. Adventures are wonderful, especially with a friend by your side. New places are exciting, and new friends make the world even brighter. The next morning, the forest felt even more special, filled with memories of their trip and the promise of more adventures. Barnaby and Pip loved sharing their story with you. They hope you had as much fun as they did on their adventure. If you want to see more of our adventures, ask a grown-up to click the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.